So, a while back, a friend of mine, Highways, started DEF CON 101. He wanted to let people know that, you know, if you haven't been here before, this is what you can expect. There was a lot of it was fun. Some of it was, you know, serious. But either way, ultimately what it did was it set the ground rules so that you understand what you're doing when you're at DEF CON. Who here has never been to DEF CON before? That's awesome.
Oh, that's amazing.
You guys have no idea how awesome that is.
That is awesome.
This is DEF CON. I'm a noob. Everybody was a noob at something, sometime. As they said on Adventure Time, sucking at something is the first step to being good at it. So, with that, you know, I just want everybody to know, you are in a community. Everybody, at some point, didn't know how to do something sometime. The awesome thing about DEF CON is there are a lot of volunteers here. These are people who want to help you. Now, some of them are going to want to help you get from room to room. Some of them are going to want to help you actually understand stuff. We're going to go over all kinds of cool stuff about DEF CON, and we're going to go over a few rules too. First, welcome to Las Vegas. Pace yourself. You've got a few days. So you don't want to end up like this guy. You know, it's actually pretty important. Stay hydrated. You are in the desert. Try and keep a good balance. You know, I'm not saying don't have a good time, because you truly, honestly want to have a good time. And having a few beers, having some drinks, that's cool. But don't go overboard, because first of all, you don't want to miss awesome talks. And second of all, you certainly don't want to be hung over in the desert. That sucks. All right, there's important things you need to know. The countdown. We're going to count down from 3. 3. You're going to get 3 hours of sleep a night at least. Without this sleep, you are not going to be able to function. Trust me. The first year that I was here, I was on Capture the Flag. We operated in 12-hour shifts. The second year that I came to DEF CON, we did Capture the Flag, and it was 36 hours straight. Yeah. And then I slept through the rest of DEF CON. It was awesome.
He's never actually recovered either.
So get at least 3 hours sleep a night. You got to be able to function. You need at least 2 meals a day. You definitely want to make sure that you have your energy up, because there's a lot of walking. I did 20,000 steps yesterday. By 11 o'clock, I had done 10,000 of those steps. So, you know, this is one of those things. You need to keep your energy up. 1, everybody needs to bathe at least once a day. Please.
Brush your teeth.
Brush your teeth, for sure.
You know, this is something that some people sometimes forget. You're in the desert. You are going to get stinky. So, you know, even if you don't recognize that you're stinky, recognize that your fellow human may recognize that you're stinky. So please take that bath. DEF CON crud. How many of you have left a conference and then you were sick on the way home and you're like, oh, I must have got something at the hotel. Must have got something on the airplane. You got something at the conference. Fist your friends. Feel free. Fist every single one of them. It's going to be good for you.
It feels so good too.
Trust me. You know, I had to pee really bad, so I'm running around trying to get here on time, and I watched 3 guys leave the bathroom without washing their hands. I know. Come on, dude.
Are they on the stage?
No. So, help me out here. Don't be a dick. We're going to say this after a few of these slides. This is Dick. As you can see, Dick is an evil hacker. Evil hackers are always depicted as either having hoodies or a ski mask.
That's how I like to type.
Or a black hat.
Hey.
So here are some of the basics. Hold the door. You're not the only person in this conference. I don't know if you've noticed. There's a lot of people around. There's a lot of people in the hallway. So hold the door. Try and keep your head up. Please, you know, it's fun, when I'm standing on the side and watching people walk into other people, you know, because they're buried in their phone or they're buried in their tablet or they're buried in the program. But try and keep your head up and pay attention. And for God's sake, don't hold a family reunion in the middle of the hall. There isn't enough room for everybody to be able to do that. So if you get an opportunity and you recognize, oh, there's more than 2 of us, let's step to the side. So don't be a dick. Do not be an asshat. Do not ruin everybody's time. You know, everybody is here to have a good time. We're here, you know, we're here to learn. We're here to meet friends. We're here to keep up with friends. But the object here is to have a good time. And there are a few people, a few bad seeds that are going to try and ruin everybody's good time. Don't be one of them. Because, you know, we're okay. We're cool. This room's cool. There are people that aren't cool. And if you're an asshat to them, they're going to be an asshat to you back. And you just don't want that karma coming around. Please do not heckle. You're welcome to heckle me. This is an interactive talk. So if anybody has anything that they want to say at any point, there should be 2 microphones. You know, feel free, get up. If you don't want to get to the microphone, stand up, hold your hand up, let me know, and shout it out.
Can I have a hug?
After the talk. After the talk. Remember, see the previous slide.
That wasn't an ass
All right, hugs. This is one that everybody, you know, my shirt, free hugs here, awkward hugs. Because not everybody wants you to hug them. I have, my boss is here. He probably does not want a hug from me. You know, and I just met his nephew. He probably does not want a hug from me. If I offer them a hug, they may actually take it, and then it's an awkward hug. You know, that'll ask permission. Phones. Who has an Android phone?
Don't hold it up.
Yeah.
We were just...
Who
Read the
is
rest of the
scared to
sentence.
death right now? This has been a bad week for Android. Dude, my iPhone friends are trying to send me messages and I'm not downloading them. There are a lot of people here. There are a lot of phones here. There are a lot of cameras here. Expect to be in a picture. Not everybody wants to have their picture taken. We understand that. But, you know, there are going to be times where you're in a crowd, you're in a public place, somebody may take your picture. If they do, kindly go up and ask them to delete it if you don't want them to have it. Otherwise, expect your face may show up somewhere. There's a lot of press here. I think there's a record number of press here this year. There are film crews and all kinds of other things. You may end up on TV. You may end up in a movie. You could end up on this guy's camera.
Which all goes back to the don't be an asshat too.
You know, so if you do end up on any of these and you don't want to, just, you know, let the guy know. Here's one. Not everything is free. Notice I put this one in fine print. Just because you see something laying out doesn't mean it's free. Especially, you know, you're going to go into the vendor area. You're going to go into some of the contests and villages. They've got stuff laying out. It doesn't mean that it's yours to take or touch. You know, so make sure that it's appropriate if you're doing something. Yes, stand up.
If you find a USB stick on the ground, by all means, pick it up.
You didn't happen to be a black hat, did you?
So, those of you who didn't hear it over the laughter, he said, if you find a USB stick on the ground, please, by all means, pick it up and then put it in your personal computer to read and see what it is. Yes, if you have a work computer and you do, government work on it, by all means. Because my social security number and information isn't out there enough. There's 5 billion Chinese people, and I think most of them have it now. So, have a plan. Black, there's a lot of stuff going on here. You have a black program in your bag, and it's got all the talks. And you'll notice this room filled up. There are people that didn't make it in, or there are people that are standing, and boy, is it going to suck because you guys got another 80 minutes to stand. But, you know, it's, so try and have a plan. Make sure that you know what you're going to do. Feel free. Don't be afraid to camp out. If you see a talk, and it's not necessarily, you know, a talk that, it's okay. It may or may not be a good talk, and we're going to get to that in a second. But, you know, say it's a talk that you don't want to attend, but the one afterwards you do, and you know that there's going to be a line around the corner, consider camping out.
You're killing me, Smalls. You know that?
What's that?
You're screwing with my system.
Now, the talks. There is no such thing as a bad talk. I can tell you from the Call for Papers review board, there is such a thing as a bad talk. But the approved talks, there is no such thing as a bad talk. Just because you don't like it doesn't mean it's bad. Just because you think you know doesn't mean that everybody knows. In fact, that is probably the two most common things that I hear in the hallways. Oh, that talk's going to suck, or everybody knows that shit. It's not the case. Not everybody knows it, and not everybody is thinking that this is going to suck. So, you know, if you don't like it, that's awesome. You're entitled to that privilege and opinion, but don't try and, you know, mess it up for anybody else. See the asshat slide. There are a lot of villages this year. Villages are awesome because villages are where you can go and get hands-on. Notice the villages come after the talks. A lot of the talks are going to play into the villages. You're going to see a lot of different things, whether there's a biohacking talk or a car hacking talk, or let's go down, Internet of Things talk. There's all kinds of IoT talks. And now you can go to these villages, you can hear additional talks at those villages, and you can get some hands-on experience too. Especially Hardware Hacking Village, Crypto and Privacy Village, Lockpick Village, Social Engineering Village. If you haven't stopped there, you have to stop there at least once. Leave your wallet in your pocket.
Just so you know, the SE Village actually does have stuff going on today. So you can go over to Bally's and get in there. They do have activities and talks and that kind of stuff happening today.
Thank you, sir. And of course, the Wireless Village. There's a wireless capture the flag. Please, sir, you just came in. Come up front.
He looks lost.
Is that Lost isn't that tall.
Is that the Monopoly Man?
All right. Now, contests and events. There are way too many contests and events to list. I'm not going to, you know, I'd like to hear some highlights. Here's the highlight. Lost Challenge. Lost Challenge is one of the hardest challenges there is. It will take all of your time. Anything that you have access to at DEF CON probably contributes to Lost Challenge. Anything that somebody else has probably contributes. I've got a goon badge. This helps. Makes noise too. I've got a vendor badge. Vendor badge helps. I've got a speaker badge. It all contributes. So, you know, get out and meet people. Ask them. If you're going to participate in this, I highly encourage you to try and meet somebody. What'd you guys drop?
Oh, what?
Steel balls.
Dude, you didn't even tell a joke. You can't drop the mic.
Swag and vendors. Swag is open today. Vendors opens tomorrow. This is awesome. DEF CON is unique. Obviously, we've got DEF CON branded stuff, but you know, for a conference, a computer security conference, hacker conference, we have a vendor area, and it's actual vendors. This isn't, you know, like DEF CON. It's not RSA. It's not any place like that. When you go in, you can buy stuff. We don't intend to have it be an area where, you know, you're overwhelmed by bright lights and lots of stuff that you're never going to be able to afford. You may never even use. No, we've got guys that everybody in there contributes something to the community. And so, you know, it opens tomorrow, and I think that you guys will like it. Prepare to separate yourself from your money. Demo labs and workshops are new to DEF CON this year. Demo labs, they're a brief introduction into you know, different tools and projects. And workshops are training opportunities. The workshops are actual hands-on, 4 to 8 hours of training opportunities that you just can't get. If you were at Black Hat, any of you that were at Black Hat, $4,000 for a class, it might not be $50. It could be free for the workshops. So if you didn't sign up, consider signing up.
They're full now, though.
They're full now. So if you didn't sign up, consider signing up next year.
Yeah, or camp out. That's what I heard was good too. Just camp out.
Talks.
Nikita.
All right. So I have a group of people that are sitting up here. And the reason that I asked them to come up is because as much as I love to hear myself talk, I want you guys to get some more feeling of an understanding of what's involved with being at DEF CON, how do you get involved, how do you participate, what can you do to participate. So these guys are going to give you some experience. Some of them are going to be experiences, some of them are going to be this is what I do in my department, some of them are going to be, I have one, this is brand new on the panel. We actually have an attendee, one of you guys that we asked to participate. Yep, down at the end. And he's going to give you a story about, how he got into DEF CON, and it's actually a pretty inspirational story. So, we're going to start it off, not in this order. I'm going to start with Russ, because he's sitting right next to me. And Russ is going to give you whatever he wants to give you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, who wants a fist? Yeah, there you go.
That's not where I want it.
Yeah.
Why'd you say that?
My name's Russ. I am the Chief of Operations for the conference. I've scared Nikita off.
You're safe.
I have been here, this is my 17th DEF CON in a row. I'm not a noob anymore. Basically, it excites me to see all the new attendees come every year because I think it adds a lot intellectually, creativity, your experiences, your inputs, your insight, your research. I'm going to tell you the same thing that everybody up here is going to tell you, and you're going to get tired of hearing it before this talk is over, and you will get out of DEF CON what you put into it. And I helped, over the years, get a lot of these activities, the villages, contests, started. And the people that have the best fun, the people that are out there really writing cool blogs or doing cool research, are people that actually got involved, met people, made new friends, and did cool stuff. You don't have to be a jerk to learn a lot of cool stuff. So I want you to go out, do a lot of things, learn a lot of things. I brought my kids for the first time this year. After 17 years, that should tell you something. I haven't been really comfortable with it in the past. DEF CON of old was different. It was a bunch of us that got together. I started at DEF CON 6. It was at the Plaza. I think we had about 300 or 400 people there. And that, if you think about it, that's about the population of this room, maybe. And that was the entirety of DEF CON 6. And everybody sat around, and we did a lot of hacking, and we learned a lot of things. I mean, there were people sitting down showing other folks how to make a network cable. Because at the time, that was still a fairly new thing unless you were in the field. There was, switching and routing and all this interesting stuff, and they were still writing Windows exploits that you could do across the internet and break boxes, and people sat around and had conversations. So if you want to have the most fun you can possibly have here, aside from the fisting thing, seriously, get involved, do stuff. And the red shirts, if you have a question, ask them. I've directed more people this morning to where things are or to answer questions. I love doing it because if you'll get involved and you'll go do things, that's why I do this.
Thank you, Russ. So, Russ is right. Ask. Meet people. I just got a business card today. It's actually kind of fun. For an international DEF CON meetup. One of the cool things that is that DEF CON is international. There are a lot of people here, but you may not recognize that there's somebody that's here that speaks your language. And we all have something in common, and that's the technology. But there's also the fact that we can find other people that speak the same language so that we're more comfortable. So feel free, ask around. Nikita is awesome.
Shit.
She's not going to tell you that she's awesome, but she is.
She's amazing.
Nikita runs the back of the house, and and she heads up a crew of people. And to have Nikita be able to organize this stuff. For those of you that don't know, we start planning this in September.
Nikita.
so we will be.
The spelling.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
It's-
Nikita.
It's Nikita.
No, it's not.
That's spot on spelling.
Not
there.
now, that
That's
is-
exactly what I have in my phone.
Yeah, that is now permanent.
/Nick. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Backdoor crew member.
Can you give us a little idea of?
I love you, Big Sis.
Don't be an asshat.
I'm just going to take that with grace and move on. So, what did you ask me?
Give me, yesterday we were talking a little bit about the things that you do, the things that people don't recognize, that don't understand what it takes to make this happen.
Just do a list.
Yeah, you can do a list.
We've got
If you don't
70
like
in
my
binary.
It takes patience and a love for all of you fuckers. Because if I didn't have that feeling of belonging, I would not work 16, 20-hour days sometimes, or answer guys at major browsers at 3 a.m. to register them for a workshop on a Sunday, because I'm doing it manually by email. I do the CFP review board. I manage when you submit a talk to speak here, I am the one who gets it and then passes it to the board and handles all your questions for speaker liaising. I help plan pretty much every aspect. Scheduling, floor plan, workshops. I've started numerous contests and events, but here's the thing that I do. I don't have time to do them. I just want to give you a really good idea, and you will run it. I'm relatively good at that. I don't know. I do a lot of crap. I don't know.
That's all right.
Stuff and things.
She does stuff and things. Nikita sells herself short. Call for review, call for papers is ridiculous because the number of people that submit talks is enormous, and the fact that she has to wrangle every bit of that. We talk. I just said we start planning in September, and the reality is we do. Actually, Nikita has already started planning for next year. So these are things that I just wanted you to get it, you guys to understand that DEF CON is what it is. You guys pay $230, but and you get into it what you put into it, like Russ said. But there are a lot of people that put a lot of stuff into it. There's a lot that goes into it. There are volunteers that, for some people it's a part-time job. I can tell you, doing the vendor area, it's a part-time job, just trying to wrangle that, and that starts in September as well. So, Ali John actually talked last year for a panel, and he gave a little bit of an experience. And Ali John is a good example of what happens when you meet people, through common experiences. But really, what we tried to do was bring Ali John into the fold, out of his shell.
All right. So I've been attending DEF CON for 6 years now. The first 3, I was doing Lost's Mystery Challenge, and that was one of the best things ever. You have to interact with so many different people at so many different skill levels, crypto, different languages, Korean, Chinese, lockpicking, everything under the sun. So having that connection with a whole bunch of people, amazing. I still stay in touch with all of them. They're in different companies across the country, across different industries. So if you need something a few years down the road, you can call them up and be like, hey, how's it going? I need X. But, oh, no. Not what I meant.
That's at the pool party.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yes, thank you, IO Active.
But the only other thing I have to say is I would not be where I am today if it wasn't for everybody in this room. Probably not you guys specifically, but, Mike and Russ and a whole bunch of others. So, thank you guys. No, nothing. But I still love you.
I'm going to take a second. You see this shirt. It says, "Hi, I'm new." I actually have a whole bunch of these shirts. And I want to hand a few out before we get down to some of these other guys. Jeremy, can you help me?
Of course.
Okay, awesome.
I will show you where to throw them.
Okay.
No,
Point.
Point. Okay. Well, first of all, I want to say these two guys right here up front.
Pick me.
Which one?
First group of anyone. I didn't know. You the first year? Oh, second year. They tried to SE the information. They were like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna help line up. Can I get a goon badge?" I was like, "Wow, really?"
Wow,
They're starting them that young now.
that's awesome.
So yeah.
There you go.
And then other than that, toss that way.
That way, huh? Try not to hit
January. Perfect.
All right, I'm going to have a few more of these too because we're going to play.
Jay's got really big arms. He can throw far.
Yeah.
There we go. Even the back row gets stuff.
It's your birthday.
It's my birthday. Okay, let me see your ID. Let me see your ID and make sure.
Shirt somewhere else.
Yeah. Thank you. Lesson number 1.
OPSEC.
All right, so, Jeremy, I've said his name out loud a couple of times. Jeremy and I are friends, been friends for a while.
Jeremy?
And,
Who's Jeremy?
Yes.
That's Crypt, bitch.
My name is Crypt, bitch.
Don't be an asshat. Jeremy has just always been involved, but not in an official capacity.
We really can't
until
get
recently.
rid of him. I mean, we've been trying every year.
Yeah, so now Jeremy's actually involved, and I want him to give you guys an understanding of, from his standpoint, he just involved himself.
Big time.
Which is awesome if you're an awesome person.
I'm a good fister.
Ding.
I feel a little over-involved.
Please take as long as you'd like to speak.
Oh, Lord.
You don't want to tell me that.
Yeah, you got... Dude, I got another hour.
Can I hold this little penis? That's what it's when it was up to.
Ding.
No? Ding. My name's Jeremy, Crypt. Most people will know me as Crypt here. Cryptier. No, not Cryptier. I'm just Crypt. I don't count number of times I've come. Definitely not as much as these guys. But wow, that was crazy. No one got me on phrasing.
Crazy.
Wow. I will say that my experience at DEF CON has been all about people. I've wanted to do the contests. I've wanted to do everything. I get to hang out with Ryan a lot, the guy, Lost, and he always starts off talking about the contest, and then I'm like, now I can't do it. So it's all about the people around me, the people I've met. There's a lot of people. I mean, like these two, I'll probably see them throughout the entire con. I met some people in registration, in the registration line, talked for about 20 minutes, I think Jay and I did. Just sat.
I'm Jay.
I will say, from my experience and for yours, it's been said a lot, but it cannot be said enough, is talk to the people around you and find things to do. I've seen people sit down in the hallways, especially back when it was at Rio when you had the pads. They would just sit right in the middle of the floor because they had the the stickers on the ground and just sit and talk. And I just walk right up to them and sit down and start talking. And it's one of the only places I've ever been where that's okay. And it's actually kind of cool. I don't have any friends outside of con, basically, and so I come here to meet people.
You stop after the word friend.
Yeah, I don't have any friends. But, yeah, so I came a couple years ago. I think at DEF CON 20 is the first time I was working to help one of the artists here, Eddie Mize, who is an amazing artist. He's set up in Vendor right now, right? Yeah, so he'll be set up in Vendor. I had worked with him. We made the drive from Colorado to Vegas, and I just got to meet a lot of people as they came and bought the art. Yes, he's awesome. And so with that, I then started just meeting more and more people. I mean, I'd worked with Russ as well. And then I think the next year, 21 is actually when my grandmother died. Yeah, that's a sad story. I'm sorry. I just remembered as I'm going through.
And then 22.
Moving on past that. No, I guess the big part is we all here want to. Apparently, we can't hug anymore. Or how's the hugging? We're allowing that to go.
It just says ask first.
Okay, asking for hugs. Sorry, I just remembered my grandmother. I'm sorry, guys. Let's see, hugs. Appreciate that.
All right, so I'm gonna say
I need a second.
and move on.
Thank you. Yeah. I just totally forgot about that.
Jeremy actually is a really good example because he's like about half the people. He's the opposite of me. My first 2 years at DEF CON, I went in, I did CTF, I went back to my room. That was it. I interacted with the people that are on my team, and that was it. I'm scared to death to meet people. This is something that most people don't know about me, but it is true. I really have a hard time. And it's awesome to be in an area, a community, where even if I don't know you, that's fine. You can come up and chat with me and we'll talk. But I didn't used to be like that. Jeremy is the opposite of that. Jeremy is the kind of guy who will go up and talk to you. Ali John, he'd do the same thing. So, it's a good example of being able to be involved. There's a common theme here, involvement. Now, Jay, actually...
I'm Jay.
Hi, Jay.
Also, much like Jeremy, but without the sad story.
I'm sorry.
I'll get in trouble for that later. He's the same way. Jay is awesome. Jay is the kind of guy that you're going to meet and you're going to feel like you've known him forever. I'd actually like Jay to talk to you and actually tell you about himself because you will feel like you've known him forever.
Can he have a mic?
I have a. Thanks. Just because it's my
Blue or red?
Just yell.
Just because it's my second one. Is that a way? Yes. Okay. Hi, so I'm Jay. Nice to meet you, everybody. Nice to meet you. If we can go around the room, introduce ourselves. No? Okay. All right. So this is actually my second DEF CON. My first one was last year, and I came with this guy here, Jeremy. He told me that, or Crypt, I apologize, Cryptier. He told me that it's Cryptier. It's not Cryptier anymore?
I hate you.
Okay. So he told me to come out to DEF CON. I was like, what the heck is a DEF CON? So he told me kind of what was involved and how exciting it was. Does it say Cryptier? Yes. Nice. That's legit. So came out here and I got to meet a whole bunch of new people and to be honest, kind of the hacker industry. That's legislate.
You know who gets to fix those typos later?
IKEA.
You do?
Me.
And Leah.
Oh, do you?
I
You fix
edit
them?
those, yes.
Chung Kwa Po. I don't know what that even means. We'll see what comes up. This is fun. This is fun. We can do this all day. Oh,
I love you, transcriber.
man. All right. So anyway, again, the whole computer and crypto world is is really new to me. This is amazing. I can't believe it takes what I'm saying and puts it up there. But so I'm more of a talker. You know, I enjoy speaking to people and getting out there and meeting people. And I'm very social and very easy to approach, I guess would be best.
Approachable, yeah.
Approachable. There's a word for that. Mm-hmm. There we go. I'm very approachable, easygoing. You know, if you ask me a question, I'll give you an answer. But I promise, whatever you ask me, whatever information I give you, I'll get twice as much information from you. So please be ready and be aware of that. So I did meet one of the guys here last night. He's actually sitting over there. Sid, right? I believe? All right. I'm pretty good with names. Billy. And we do... all right. Anyway, so I was talking with Sid, and he was just asking me a few questions. I was giving him some pointers and kind of letting him know, as everybody else here said, just get involved and go meet people and talk to people. And one of the things he came up with, I thought it was pretty cool, was be curious. So, curiosity is a good thing. So go ask people what's going on. Say, hey, where's this? How can I do that? How does this happen? And how does this work? And be humble. Don't be the guy who says, as Mike said, psh, I know that already. It's no big deal. So, kind of be humble and say, hey, that's cool. I'm glad you're teaching me something new. And then, so it's curiosity, humility, and respect. So be respectful to people. So that's the thing that I've learned here is if you have those three things, I think you'll get pretty far here. That's my little credo. And welcome to Sid. Thanks. Come on, Sid. Stand up. Take credit. Take credit. There he is. So, like I said, whatever I learned from you is going to be twofold of what you learned from me. So please come around, run up to me, and ask me what's going on, and we'll figure it out. If you want to know more about me later, I'll be up here all day.
Awesome. The last person on this panel is Carlos. Carlos is one of you. And I asked Carlos to do this. I met him last year after a panel talk. And he told me his story, and his story actually is inspirational to me, maybe not to you guys, but I also, will get on my soapbox and talk about how awesome DEF CON is. And I will talk about how awesome this talk is to those people that are leaving. But I want Carlos to kind of tell you a little bit about himself, tell you a little bit about his story, and then, how he came to be involved also. So, thanks.
Hi everyone, I'm Plug. My name is Carlos actually. I've been coming to DEF CON for a lot of years. Unlike the panel here, I really never really got involved. I came to the States when I was 18, and in order to learn English, I figured out that I could buy some magazines, and somehow I found a 2600 magazine that led me to the 2600 meetings in LA. Now, some of the goons here probably know, they more likely know that a lot of the goons and people that are in LA have been working at DEF CON for a long time, so I was privileged enough to meet some of them. Unfortunately, my English was pretty limited at the time. Poquito English. So it was tough, to be there. My legal status was null, so I wasn't a legal resident, and it was tough. But, I discovered computers and I really liked them. And so somehow I figured out that there was this conference, DEF CON, and what I did is I took a bus and I ended up here. My first DEF CON was pretty short, like maybe 3 hours short. I walked in DEF CON and I was all happy. At the time, I think they had this paper thing. And so what I did is I walked around and I probably looked like the cleaning crew at the Alexis bar. So I was in disguise. It was kind of cool. And so I walked around and I just heard people. And the first thing that I heard is that there was going to be some cult. And I didn't know what the cult was. And it was the cult of the dead cow. But for me, it was something different. I didn't know. For me, cult was, this is evil. And I kind of got a little sense in there. But then I heard other people talking about vets. And so apparently there were going to be vets on the con. Some of them from the FBI, some of them from the CIA. And so I put the two together and I realized, well, if the vets are here and we got the FBI, the CIA, well, immigration is here. So I bounced. You gotta survive. So that's what I did. It was pretty short, and so I ended up going back to the meetings for a short time. I didn't have a car, so I had to take the bus and make it to the meetings. But then I stopped. I really got afraid. I thought maybe the feds were there and I could risk everything. Eventually, I managed to meet some people in there, and they led me to school, and they inspired me to pursue computers, and so I did. I got involved into college somehow. That's another story because finding people like them, they helped me to figure out ways to legally do a lot of stuff. I managed to get my license and a lot of stuff. I tried not to cheat the system because I know I could do it any other way, and I tried to do it that way. So I really owe a lot of the 2,600 people the inspiration to try to do it the right way, and it helped a lot. Anyways, so my second time I was here now legally, so I managed to get my papers, and I was now a legal resident, and so I came back. It was probably 2003 when I did my second run to DEF CON. On the way here, I was driving with someone. He's a really cool hacker. His handle is Strong Carlson, and we were driving in the car, and somehow he was speeding on me. We got pulled over by the police. As he was getting a ticket, I panicked, and I was sweating. I really thought that something was going to happen to me. The idea that you are automatically legal and resident is not difficult to digest, and so for me it was a little tense, really. Being on the car and thinking, oh my God, I'm going to get screwed up. But I survived, and that was one of my fun times at DEF CON. For the first time, I was able to really digest a lot of stuff. I was still pretty shy, but I got involved, and I continued to do it for some time. Then I stopped, just like Jeremy. Right.
I'm Crypt, bitch.
Sorry. Crypt Deer.
Crypt Deer.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna stay down. So, things happen in your life. I had my sister pass too, and so it's not a sad story, but it really happened.
What are you doing?
What?
I'm Crypt Deer.
Anyway, so I came back, and the second time I came, the third time I came now was a resident. Yeah, I was a citizen. So I experienced DEF CON as I transitioned through my legal status, but I made a mistake. I was fortunate enough to meet a lot of cool people. I know some of these people by face, but I never engaged. And I know many people that are not here, and I know some of them by faces from many years that I came in. I was hiding. I was really shy and afraid, and I didn't want to speak up because I was afraid of my English. And when it came to technical stuff, it was difficult to engage. But at some point, I realized that that was not really helping. And so what I decided to do is, come out of the closet, if you want to call it that, and then really start talking to people and meet people and engage with people and just say, hey, I'm Plug, and what are you into? And that really has changed a lot. If you look around, you're surrounded by a lot of people that share your passion. This is about security, technology. You're not going to find that anywhere else. This is your opportunity to meet people that share the same things that you like. You might meet some of the brightest people in here. And if you don't take advantage of that, you're really losing out. And that's one of the things that I learned. I really lose out on some of the things that I could have done better. Now, some of the people here actually helped me in my career. I got into security because of them. I think we're having a conversation. Shh. Anyways, I don't want to really bore you, but the point is that I understand what it's like to be here for the first time. I got some misfortunes, and I found a way to overcome them, and I met interesting people like Mike, and now I'm meeting more of them. And so it's fun to actually do that, to get to meet people and to have fun. If you go out there and meet people at the bar, have a drink and whatnot. Have fun, engage with people, go to places. If you don't want to do something, try to find something to do. I'll be at the Crypto Village volunteering this year, so if you want to come by and say hi, please do. I don't know if I'm taking too long, or we're doing good.
You're done.
So I'm going to tell you. I don't want to, grab the mic, but I'm going to tell you some other story because this is how I got my handle, and I think that handles are something that kind of got lost along the way. When I did the first DEF CON, someone asked me, who are you? And I came up with something. I couldn't even pronounce it, to be honest. So they're like, what? And I had to spell it, and it just didn't sound like the way I did it. So, anyways, at the 2600 meeting, there was another Lost. Is the Lost from LA, nothing to do with the one here. He was Mexican-American, I believe, and he's the one that kind of schooled me on, what the handle was about. Because when I introduced to him, I said, hey, my name is Carlos. And he's like, dude, you don't do that in here, you use a handle. So I came up with, again, something else, and it was really good. So it just kind of went like that. But there was some other guy, his handle is Gent, G-H-E-N-T. Probably some of the goons here know him. He passed away too. He was a really awesome person. And the way that I got my handle is one day he just say, hey, hi, I'm Gent. I didn't know what to say. So I looked down and there were a bunch of power cables, and the first thing that came to my mind is, hey, I'm Plug. it was the easiest thing for me to say, so I really didn't like that, and then it stuck. And so I want to tell you that story because nicknames or handles are important. When I came here, it was difficult to present myself, but handle is one thing that goes with you, is your alter ego. And in my case, as an immigrant, that was perfect. And I want to clarify some other thing. In all the years that I've come here to DEF CON, I've never, ever encountered someone asking me where I'm from.
No, really. Done.
This is one of the best things. Like, no one comes to say, hey, are you from this place or that place? So
people at like Microsoft or Rapid7 or
well, maybe the vendors, maybe they do want to know where you're from. But if you're here at the con, it doesn't matter. You're here and you're here. You're a geek, techie, or sec, whatever you want to call yourself. We're here because we love security or something.
Hey, Plug. We're going to go ahead and go into the handles.
All right, so we're going to go into handles. I think I spoke too much. But, hey, like you, I understand. And so please do engage. Talk to these people. And before I leave the mic, I really want to say thank you very much. Because these people spend a lot of time putting together this for you guys. So I think we should give them a round of applause. What do you think?
So Plug actually did bring up a pretty important point. I have been calling everybody by their name, except for Crypteer.
Crypteer? What the?
And so, your handle is kind of, this is a story about you. This is your badge of honor. Some people try to make up their own handle, and that rarely works. If you say, I am, as an example,
Deathlord Slasher Man.
Deathlord Slasher Man.
That's Morpheus.
It doesn't work.
How many Morpheuses are out there right now?
There's one.
That's on me. Did I say what?
Yeah, or Neo or anything else. You want it to be something unique. Russ's handle is Vertigo. It's a fun story. He'll tell you if he wants to.
It's great fun.
It's a good time.
Carlos' story as Plug. My handle is Wiseacre, and it actually came from when I used to work at SEIC, and they were trying to get into computer security, and they put out a brochure that said Blackacre, where security lives, and it was ridiculous. It was absolutely the worst thing that I had ever seen. So I put together one that said Wiseacre, where the smartass lives, and published it. And eventually that became my handle. Ali John tried really hard to be Revolver, but he can't be Revolver because when we met him, he was hanging out over at Black Hat. First time that I met him, and he was wearing a lab coat, and he looked like a miniature version of Joe Grand, Kingpin. So we tried to figure out how do we get Ali John a nick that reflects a miniature Kingpin. We tried Baby Pin, Diaper Pin, Your nick needs to be fast. You need to be able to say it fast. Pushpin. Allie John is now Pushpin. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take 10 volunteers from the audience. Before you volunteer, sir, understand that there's a good possibility that we're going to pick on you. Because what you're going to do is you're going to go up to the mic and you're going to tell everybody in this room 5 things about you that people may or may not know. And I don't want to know what languages you program in. I don't want to know how awesome you are at Destiny. What I want to know is some things about you as a person. Jeremy might want to know about Destiny. That way you guys can play each other. So Jeremy's going to help me out. And I would like to get 5 volunteers that can tell a story. And I'm going to give an example.
I thought you said 10.
You said
10.
5 things about yourself.
5 things. 10 people, 5 things. Okay, here's one thing about me. I am a cancer survivor. Anybody here that has ever heard the phrase cancer brain? It is true. It is a real thing. And this is, you can feel free to laugh. I mean, this is one of those things where
this is
it
sadder
happens
than my
a lot.
grandmother.
This is not as sad as your grandmother.
Okay.
I live.
I love you, Clutch.
Don't be an asshat. They're all trying to follow the rules. You're not helping.
I also had a heart attack a few years ago. And as a result, people have... These are funny things. Thank you. Nobody else is participating. I had my heart attack in the doctor's office, which was actually kind of fun. I was in line at the pharmacy to pick up some drugs, and I had a heart attack. And actually, on the way to the hospital, my phone goes off. It buzzes, and I actually check it because it was a 30-minute ride to the hospital, and they had me on life support. And it was my friend Zafan texting me because I had not picked the name of my Deadpool team. He went ahead and named it Code Blue.
Oh, God's
So when I come out of surgery, because they put a stent in, I come out of surgery and my wife says, do you want to let people know that you're doing okay? Here's your phone. First person I called was Jeff. She says, are you sure you don't want to call your family? I was like, no, this is too good. So, you already know that I am scared to death, but you've heard I have a lemon for a body. My friends often tell me that it's rule number two for me. It's going to take a double tap to kill me. Anybody want to venture what a good nickname would be for me, besides Wiseman? Dick. What? Third time's a charm. Oh, sorry.
Throw her a shirt.
You're going to have to come up to get your shirt. Seriously, one of the things that you want to do with a handle, it needs to just be able to right off the tongue. Third time's a charm might be a little bit too long when you're calling me on the phone. There you go. See, now everybody understands how this game is played. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take our 10 volunteers. Each of the volunteers is gonna say 5 things about themselves, and then we're gonna all the panel is gonna try and bestow a nickname. We are happy to take volunteers from the audience to also bestow nicknames. Please do not just simply say something and then put Kitty at the end. You want to volunteer? All right. Well, let you be the first one. Hey, can you guys help wrangle the volunteers, please, Jeremy?
Yeah.
Jay.
Yes, sir. There you go.
All right, so raise your hands. Let's see. You in the stripes because we want to have a little bit of diversity. Very nice.
I got it. Oh, they're going to choose? We get to pick whoever we want?
I like the guy back here with the beard. Yep.
So do we all get to just go pick someone?
What's that?
Do we all just get to go pick someone?
Yeah. Hey,
what
Jeremy.
If I really, how about that guy
These
right
guys
there?
are starting to
That
pick
guy,
some
right?
people.
Yeah, you.
That guy. I pick him.
That's going to be fun. We got 10?
It looks like they fill up quick.
All right.
Jay, you can't get back in line. What? You go to the front. No.
All right, good. Let's go ahead and start. Please introduce yourself.
I'm from the Pacific Northwest. I've been to Antarctica. I'm an autodidact. I've been playing with computers longer than I can count, but I know squat.
Diddler. She said she plays with computers.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good one too.
Well, diddly parenthetical squat. Thank you. Actually, if you could come up, I would like to give you a shirt because you are funny.
Diddly?
All right, Diddly.
Diddly,
Thank
is
you
that
very
how
much
it
for
is?
participating. Everybody give Diddly a hand. There you go. If you want, Diddly is available after the show. You can talk. You can tell her how to use computers. All right, next.
Okay, I'm from New York. I'm going to run the New York City Marathon for the first time this year. I have 4 kids. I would never usually be up here, but since you all said to participate, I'm participating. So it's completely out of character. Completely. And I have a twin sister that would be up here. She's completely outgoing. So I have a twin sister.
The opposite. That's interesting.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Can we get just a little bit more information?
Sure. And I started off kind of hacking when I was a kid, and then got married, had kids, and just got back to it within like a year or so ago. I was doing like math, teaching college math.
Chaser? Who said chaser? I like that.
Chaser?
Chaser.
That sounds good.
I like
Everybody,
that.
welcome Chaser to the community. Oh no. Come on up, I got a shirt for you too. This is awesome. You wear okay. There you go. Thank you very much. That's awesome. And inspiration. Get back into it. All right, next.
Hi, so let's see. I just moved to the Seattle area from Baltimore, Maryland. I was an Army brat growing up, so I got to live all over the world. New development in my life. So when I was younger, I was actually studying classical music, and I dropped out to take care of my mother, who is also a cancer survivor. Moved back to the farm, took care of her for a while. Moved to Baltimore, got back to school, and I just finished a master's degree in computer forensics. And it's the first master's degree in my family, so it's kind of a big deal.
That's kind of awesome.
Cool. Thank you.
What do you do for fun?
I like hiking. I like yoga. And my mentor actually calls me Padawan, but it's hilarious to me because I'm a total Trekkie.
Best nerd ever.
B&E.
There you go.
B&E.
That's an awesome story. Best nerd ever. And you are B&E for fun.
Awesome, thanks.
Welcome to the community, B&E.
Yay.
I hope that's the right size. One more up.
Try again, she says.
Yeah. So I gave a shirt to a friend, and he looked at it and he's like, "Are these in European sizes?" Apparently I didn't size him properly either. All right. Let's step up, sir.
Hi. First security conference for me. Sorry, kind of nervous. I'm allergic to a lot of things. I'm the reason you guys can't eat peanuts on the airplane.
Nice.
I'm allergic to lettuce, which is strange, and people usually don't believe me. But so yeah, it was really painful when my parents made me eat my veggies as a kid until we figured out what was going on there. I really like snowboarding, and I used to in college race boats. So yeah.
Epi.
Just Epi.
I don't know.
Epi.
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 The nice thing about that one is it's also informative. If you hear Epi, just no peanuts.
No, come on. Are you allergic to cotton? Large?
Aye.
Okay, there you go. Again, thank you, Epi. All right, I'm sure that you've got a good story for us, sir.
I got involved in hacking because my things were always breaking. And that just wasn't okay. I like to people watch. I'm curiosity driven. I'm in front of a mic, and wow, this is interesting.
Okay, tell us, what do you do for fun?
Computers, primarily. Sometimes I watch TV.
You're not entirely pasty. That means that you at least get out a little bit. What else do you do for fun? Friday Night Magic.
Trench coat.
One track. There you go. I'm liking this one. We're gonna shelf that one for a second. Tell us a little bit more, about yourself. How did you get here? Who are you here with?
Tinker?
I actually managed to sell my employer that this was good professional development.
And are you here by yourself?
No, I actually got one of my coworkers here with me. It's not his first time, though.
Okay. Well, fantastic. I actually do like one track because, it does kind of, you were focused, sir. And I think
I'll
that,
take it,
One track?
that's going to be good.
Yeah, okay.
Sound good?
Yep, I like it.
All right. Thank you for audience participation. And welcome to One Track.
Anytime now.
Better than 8-track. Yeah, that's my fault.
There's a lot of space between you and that mic, sir.
Yeah, you may need to step up.
Thank you. Closer. Closer. Open your mouth. Closer.
All right.
Okay, so I'm relatively new to the security field. I just started this past year. It was my junior year in college. I got involved in UW Tacoma's security group, and then got involved up at UW Seattle, and I'm actually coming from UW Seattle with a bunch of UW guys. I'm majoring in computer science. Shout out to the guy before me. I am very into Magic the Gathering. I play a lot of Commander. Yeah.
All right, you go.
We need to come up with a couple questions to like.
Yeah, go ahead.
We need to, let's see. Magic Mike. Magic Mike. Done. Next.
Magic Mike. Come on, even if it's not Mike. We're gonna welcome. What? Oh yeah, actually, who is your favorite planeswalker?
Or I guess
this is. Do you have your cards?
I do not have my cards, but the one commander deck that I play is based off of Kara Metra. It's a green-white creatures deck. And
what's the complicated name you gave your deck?
Kara Metra's Creature Crew.
C-Cube? I like it. C-Cube.
C-Cube. All right.
Okay. I'm assuming they're all C's.
Yeah. You are no longer.
If not, they are.
What?
So you're no longer Magic Mike, apparently. You're
C-Cubed?
C-Cubed.
Okay.
Welcome C-Cubed to the community. Yeah. That's actually great, Russ. Russ said if he gets angry, he's now C-3PO.
If he's angry, he's C-3PO now.
Fist me.
Oh, so awesome. All right.
All right.
You, sir, have to have a good story.
Hopefully I do. This is my first time at the conference. I'm originally from Jamaica. I love motorcycles. Actually have 4. Wow. I actually, funny enough, I got into security kind of by accident. When I got my first computer when I was 10 years old, I vowed never to learn hacking because I didn't want to go to jail. Coincidentally enough, I started learning it at a federal agency, so now I do it for a living. Fun stuff, I mean, like I said, I love my motorcycle riding, I love sports, I play soccer. Always get asked, why don't I play basketball? I don't really like basketball. So, you know, but that's the bulk of it.
What position do you play?
Normally I'm in midfield to defense when I play soccer, but you know, but I can switch around depending on what I want.
Okay.
Okay, so this one's gonna be a little special to us. It is, and I'll explain here in a second. It's gonna be epitome.
Okay.
And it's because we have a lot, like I said, we have a lot of people that we love in this con, and one of the artists especially is her husband, and we have Mar who actually did all the artwork for this, and you look like the epitome of what they draw when they draw a hacker.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And you did get a good story, so good luck topping that.
Right. Thank you. Hello, everyone. I'm from Miami. I guess it goes without saying that I was a little nervous walking up here until I heard that a lot of you guys are into fisting, so...
Miami fisting. There it is.
Kids, cover your eyes.
I guess a few things. I like hats. I definitely like dancing, so I might be that guy that you see in the hallways, and I'm not twitching or anything like that, just like when
Let's see something.
I'm sorry?
Let's see something.
Put on some music, yo. I don't do it for free. That's all you got. That's all you got. Not bad. Pretty good beatboxing, though. I like that.
No.
Oh, okay.
That has a different.
He's like, oh, okay.
No, I saw where you went with that.
Yeah. Good catch. Wiggles.
That is the kind of nickname that you can wear with pride.
That would be acceptable. Are you good with that one?
Yeah, sure.
Personally, I would own the crap out of that. Wiggles.
Yeah.
Wiggles.
If it's
nice.
Mr. Wiggles.
Mr. Wiggles. Mr. Wiggles. Oh, we're fisting.
Yeah, we're fisting.
I forgot that. I'm sorry, sir.
Mr. Wiggles.
All right.
I love it.
Goddamn, I'm short. So the first thing about me is that my memory
Brethren.
Yeah. My memory's so bad, I wrote down 5 things about myself in case I forgot them by the time I got up here. But I'm not nervous because public speaking doesn't bother me. I've seen 106 Metallica shows in 13 countries. I've had long hair longer than I've had short hair. I didn't meet my brothers until I was 8. I nearly went into singing instead of computers. I think that was 5.
Exactly.
Oh, and I ride a Harley.
We're good. Pushpin and I said it at the exact same time. OP, overprepared.
Ah.
That was hilarious. I'm like,
All right. Is that the right size?
I just got dizzy.
All right, let's start the next person.
All right. Hi. This is my first DEF CON. I don't actually work in computers. I write for video games. That's pretty great. I first learned about DEF CON
Are you telling us
in...
that?
What? Say again?
You said, are you telling us that it's pretty great?
I am telling you. It's really great.
I accept.
Excellent. Transaction complete. I learned about DEF CON when I was reading a okay sci-fi book, I think in like 1999. It was called Worm by Mark Fabi. I don't know if anybody ever read that.
You got really mumbly at the end.
I learned about DEF CON in a sci-fi book that first came out in 1999 or 2000. It's called Worm by Mark Fabi.
One more time?
Worm. W-Y-R-M.
From the beginning, though.
Stop it.
Never mind. Doesn't matter. It's okay.
Simon says?
Oh, he's holding the mic.
I know.
Look, he took it right out.
Yeah, look, he's owning it.
I used to be a high school English teacher and decided I would much rather make video games.
One of my favorite people is a high school English teacher.
More power to him. I couldn't do it.
She speaks good. Should we just call him Melanie? That'd be so confusing. I need Melanie. No, only chick.
What about
Wait.
What about only dude?
Only dude. Only dude. Are you good with that?
No.
No, he doesn't.
He said no. Never mind. We're doing it. Go. Keep talking.
Okay. Anyway, I moved something like 2,300 miles to make games instead of teach kids. And when I got to California, I had enough money to buy a car.
Oh, sorry.
And
Nothing.
All right. And instead of buying a car, I decided I was going to buy a bright green suit of armor instead. And I have been very happy with that.
An actual physical suit of armor?
Hmm?
So you quit teaching, you start video games, and you bought a suit of armor?
That is exactly what happened.
I'm so perplexed by you.
There you go.
I want to hang out with him.
I know. Do you have a picture of you in the suit of armor?
I will show you later, yes. It's my dating profile picture.
I'm done.
I've seen it all. How about POF? What? Is it plenty of? Please tell me it's plenty of fish.
Match.
I have to find this. I will find. I'm gonna
I'll show you later.
This. I will find you. I'm not gonna kill you though.
I'm touched.
Match.
Either that or POF. Harmony.
I still don't like it. It's so. I almost want to say perplex. There's so much weird.
Flow.
Yeah, it doesn't flow. That's what I'm saying. It's got to be something like it. Who's our thesaurus?
On purpose.
What was that?
Convolute. Too long. Too long.
Green suit?
Green suit.
I don't know what that means.
All right, one at a time.
Chaos? Wow, this is gotta be
Night.
Green night.
Green night.
It's
What? Greaves.
Greaves?
Greaves. SERNTNI.
Armor Greaves.
PR. Armor Greaves.
Greaves.
But that was just such a small part of his story. It was like the suit.
It doesn't matter. There it is. That's his dating picture. But whoever dates him is going to do it because of that.
But the armor is only for his dating, so it's got to be dating.
I'm perplexed.
No, you're crypt.
Oh, thank you. Oh, now he gets it right.
Crypt here.
I don't know. I'm out of this one. I'm washing my hands. I want to see that picture, but I'm washing my hands of this one.
Bring the picture up. Bring a picture up. Bring the picture.
Now? You want to see it now?
Bring a picture up.
Green Knight?
Yeah, Green Knight. I actually like it.
Okay. Green. Oh, we got a picture.
Green Knight. Oh,
yeah, no, I got to see it
Play
first.
something off of Pixar. It didn't
All right,
happen.
everybody. Welcome Green Knight to the
Pixar didn't happen.
What's he playing? All right, he's going to take a minute and he's going to bring up his profile picture. So,
can we get that picture on the projector?
We want it on the projector.
I don't think that's done right.
I don't have it. Yeah, you have a thumb drive.
Give us a thumb drive.
Yeah. Who's got a thumb drive?
Walk it up. Yeah.
We'll figure out a way to get that up there. But
this is amazing, guys. This is awesome. It says hell yes. It says hell yes. This is amazing.
So call him hi.
Okay,
Mel, you're an English teacher, right?
Guys.
Describe this to us. Describe this.
It looks like he's wearing like yellow knee pads and spiky shoulders.
Not on your life, sir.
Thank you.
I do appreciate
It's pretty great. Yeah, it's great.
It's so legit, right? I can't believe that.
You gotta
Who are you?
Guys.
Green Giant.
There we go.
Green Knight. Green Knight.
That's
We gotta
amazing.
wrap up.
That's so cool.
I double dog dare everybody. Totally double dog dare everybody here. Reach out. Find somebody with something in common that you don't already know. Make a friend. Do something. Get yourself involved. Because that's what makes this conference fun. And, please, whoever, if you participated today, thank you. Because it's absolutely awesome. Because it's not, that's not the kind of thing that most people do. And to be able to get up, tell the story, and have us address you and give you your nickname, please wear it with pride.
Can I say something real quick?
Yep.
Okay. A lot of people ask, how can I get involved? How can I be a goon? And the answer is, officially, well, we like to promote people we trust. So the only way to gain that trust is experience. If you want to help, if you want to be involved in something, you have to take the leap and interact with other people, especially those in charge, and say, what do you need? And not always. I know a lot of people would be like, what the fuck? Why is she saying this? Don't wait to be told what to do. The best way to help is to step in and say, I can help you with that. Or I can go get that for you. And once you do that, you've helped somebody else, you break the ice, you make friends. I can't tell you how many noobs I've met and my husband has met and my friends have met that are now gooning. They showed up, they got involved, they interacted, they're gooning. Here's one right here behind you. It's his second year.
Number 2.
And what's he's a goon. Because
That's his handle.
if you have the motivation and the drive and the spirit to make this con what you want it to be, because it's what you make it. If you don't like something, do something about it. Don't just complain. Do something about it. Join. Say, hey, have you ever thought of doing it this way? Or have you ever thought about having a village for this, or a contest for this, or an event for that? Just step up. And if you're a cool person, then you end up like this asshole behind me.
Hey!
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not supposed to be cursing.
I second that. All right, we're going to go ahead and we've got a few minutes briefly for questions. Stand up, please.
So there's an international meetup in the chill out space tomorrow for Friday at 6 p.m.
So what's the question?
Go.
Say, is there? Phrase, it's Jeopardy.
Yeah.
Frame it in the form of a question, please. Yes. I will talk about that.
Hey, if you have a
International
question,
DEF CON meetup tomorrow, 6 p.m. in the chill out space. It says on the back of the card, it's dangerous to go alone. Meet up.
hey, if you have a question, use the mic so everyone can hear you.
Thank you, Jesse.
I don't mind repeating.
That's why we put them here, and they're all over the con now. You now have a voice too.
All right. Any other questions? Yes. What's that?
How many people did you have to know what the thing is in order to get involved?
Thank you.
Okay, here you go.
You just have to want to learn.
Yeah.
If you got given a handle, please come see me before you leave.
Mic drop.
Did everybody get that? If you got given a handle, please see me before you leave. Any other questions?
Especially GK.
You, sir, stand up.
It's canceled tomorrow.
Every year that happens, and this year they actually put a lot of effort into it. I like the whole web page with the facts. That actually was kind of fun. But no, DEF CON is not canceled. You, sir. Yeah, get there early. That's really the only advice that we can give you. If you see that something's good, try to get there early. attend the previous talk. Attend that talk and see what it's like. You know, and you might find that the talk in advance is something interesting.
So I'm going to jump in here for a second because, well, that's decent advice. As an operations guy, I will tell you, last year we had 165,000 square feet. We have 320,000 square feet this year. We also have a crap ton of Reg Grannies, a lot more desks. Everything's pre-bagged thanks to Jay and Cryptier. I'm never letting that go. So those lines that you're having issues with are going to go very, very quickly. If you guys fill those rooms, I will be shocked, incredibly shocked.
And also, I want to say, although that is a great hack for the dress, in certain talks, they may clear the room. And if you're asked to clear the room, don't be hurt about it. Just get out and then come back in and take our apologies for the inconvenience. Because we know it sucks, but sometimes we might have to clear a room because of hotel rules, if we have to make any modifications to the room, pull up arrows, anything like that. It's for your safety and it's how it is. So.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, we had him.
One more question.
One more question.
What time do you build
That is a good question.
Russ?
Yeah, 10.
10.
Honestly, you know, so
What time do villages open tomorrow?
Thank you, Jay.
I didn't even see your lips move.
Yeah.
10.
Oh my goodness!
The answer is 10. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it, everybody. If you have additional questions, come see me.
I'll see you all at opening ceremonies tomorrow.